Indeed. Don't you ever forget that, people. Welcome to LRFC. Another day, another stream, I know. Please do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe and all that good stuff. Get in the comments and say whatever you want to say as well. You know, in this channel, we have, no limits. You can say whatever you want. I've just woken up. I slept during the Real Madrid game versus Marseille. And I just woke up. I can't believe it. I must have been really tired because I did the Arsenal game on UFT on my other channel, watching Arsenal versus Athletic Bilbao. I kept on calling them Atletico Bilbao. I don't know why I do that, but yeah, it was a strange game. Let me just put it that way. Arsenal came through it obviously in the second half with their substitutions and all that stuff, but I thought in the first half Athletic Club was better all round as a team. They just came back. They just came out in the second half, and they were poor, man, absolutely poor. But also substitutions made a big difference. Made a big difference in the game. And the Champions League is up and running now. We'll see what's going to happen. And obviously tonight, Liverpool. I'm going to do a watch along for it. So join me for that. I'll be here probably 20 minutes before the game, and having my piece. But yeah, it's gonna be a good game. I think Atletico Madrid and Liverpool. Last time I think it was at Anfield was when we lost and Adrian did that mistake. But now I think both teams are in a different stage of as a club. Atletico Madrid, I think they accepted it being the third best team probably in Spain for now, until they start challenging again. And we're not going to see Alvarez. We're not going to see Alvarez in this game. My player Alvarez, but we're going to see the rest of the players and all that stuff. Yeah, but yeah, it's nothing to do with that. I was just explaining to you what I did yesterday. I've just woken up. It's kind of weird. I must have been really, really tired because since I've come back from Turkey, I've been doing the stream every single day, and 10 o'clock is the regular time, innit, really? And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's something natural, when you don't work and you're not tired, you do things like this. It's enjoyable because your mind is clear. You know what I mean? You're not exhausted or anything like that. So yeah, man, thank you to everybody that actually tunes in as well and helps me out here, because it helps a lot when I see a lot of people talk to me and we actually chat in between, have our little debates, or agreement, disagreement, being in the middle. It makes the channel even much better, man. So thank you for that, guys, honestly. But yeah, come on, let's see what we can do about the Premier League before we go to the Champions League tonight. Obviously, I'm gonna come back on Thursday morning talking about the Champions League. So now I will still stick with obviously the Premier League. Who's our title challengers? Where is it coming from? Is Arsenal our title challengers? Is it Man City? Is it Chelsea? Is it someone else? You know what I mean? So it's one of those seasons like nobody knows anything about who's going to be challenging Liverpool consistently, because we could say Arsenal, but Arsenal had their moments in the beginning of the season, and a lot of people were questioning if they are title contenders consistently. And I think a lot is going to come out over the weekend. We're going to face Everton, and Arsenal's going to face Man City. If Man City beat Arsenal, is Arsenal going to be still talked about as a title contender? Yes, in a sort of way. But, probably people are going to favor more Man City, because things change, innit? It's like this, up and down. You don't know which team is going to be, if they lose to Man City, you have that, reservations, innit, against Arsenal. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that game over the weekend, because it will prove a lot to us, who's more than equipped, for this season to challenge for the league title and all that stuff. Yeah, but listen, Man City bought some players, Arsenal bought some players, and I want to see who's gonna be the better out of the two. And a lot of things yesterday when I was watching Arsenal showed me like they are pretty vulnerable at certain, at certain, parts of their games. And the way Athletic Club, played against them yesterday showed me like the places we could get at Arsenal, if you know what I mean. And when they play away from home, they might find games difficult as well. So, yeah, so it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, man, like, share, subscribe. I know I'm a bit, I've just done it last minute. This stuff you didn't think I was coming on, but get on the comments, man. That's what we're here for. Let's enjoy the channel together, man. And see what we can do. I've seen what I want to talk about as well. During the Manchester derby, Goldbridge pulled it up, to be fair. I didn't really think about it. And he talked about, the whole, after match conversation between the panel, like Roy Keane, I don't know the lady's name, and Michael Richards and Gary Neville. They were talking about Man United. There was no one talking about Man City throughout that, and that was unfair in my opinion. If you think about it, like, Man City is the team that won the game, and majority of that conversation was about Manchester United and what they're doing wrong and all that stuff. And it's more or less every time Man United play a game and they win or they have a bad result, they always talk about Man United. It's like the other team doesn't exist. And I think a lot of people are getting fed up with that. A team's beating Man United, but you're talking about the team that lost throughout this actual conversation. And there's always Man United people in the obviously in the room talking about Man United every single time. And it's frustrating a lot of people. And I agree. Because, Man City was in a bad form. They've lost 2 games out of 3. You know what I mean? So where is the conversation about Man City coming back to winning ways instead of like talking about Man United losing again and again and again and again? It's frustrating, man. Absolutely frustrating watching that, if you know what I mean. And it's not fair on other teams as well. I include everybody. It's not just Man United. It's not just Man City. I include everybody that faces Man United. Whenever Man United is live, we always hear about how bad they are. And how good they are. It's beyond belief when I see it, man. Big up Trudom. You're the only one in the house today, which is strange, but it's all good. It's all good, man. I used to do that before, one person, and we just discuss, and the way it is. Yeah, but hit the likes and subscribe, everybody. We're gonna see what Goldbridge has said about. He said, "Are Liverpool too good?" So let's see what he says. Yeah, let's see what he says. I want to know, man. Big up the Godfather. Big up Tony Steele as well. So let's see what he says. Then I'll bring up obviously Arsenal, Man City, and Chelsea. See if their squad are well equipped to cope with the Liverpool squad this season. Because we're getting a lot of criticism in regards to the way we play. Don't know why. Like, when you get new players in, it's not going to be that quickly. They're going to, learn a different formation, different environment, different country. It's not going to happen straight away. It's always going to take time with players. And that's how I see it when I watch Liverpool at the moment. We're just trying to find our way. And eventually, I think when the players click, it'll be frightening for the rest of the league. Let me just put it that way, guys. Honestly, frightening. So I've got already the squads of Chelsea and Arsenal and Man City up there, and Liverpool, of course. But I want to discuss our rivals. Like, that's what it says on the damn thing, on the title. The Premier League, who's going to be challenging Liverpool this season? I have to put Liverpool there because we're the current champions. We have to talk about, our football club as champions. I don't think people know Liverpool are champions because all we heard in the past is if Liverpool win the league, we're never going to hear the end of it. Well, Liverpool don't brag about anything. Liverpool expect titles on the table. We put our titles on the table, guys. That's what we do. Yeah, big up the chat, man. Glad you guys have arrived because I thought I was going to be on my own for it. Yeah, so let's see what Goldbridge is saying. And I'll listen to him now because a lot of people that told me you're a content creator. I know you don't like Man United stuff, but, Goldbridge does talk sense, nowadays. So listen to what he's saying. So let's see what he's saying. Then I'll go to other people, which is, the football terrorist, Liverpool fan on there. I forgot his name. Is one of the Irish guys. He's been on everywhere, Sky Sports and all that stuff. So let's see what they're saying as well. So let's listen to Goldbridge and see where we go from there. Our Liverpool champ, is it title champions already? Is Liverpool champions already? I don't know. I mean, we're winning the games. That's important when we're playing badly. But are the rivals good enough? That's what you got to ask yourself. If Liverpool is playing badly and still top of the league with 100% points, and the other teams around us are not doing the same thing, what we've been hearing, Arsenal's playing better than Liverpool. Man City is starting to play better than Liverpool. Chelsea, from what I've seen of Chelsea fans when I was in the other streams, they were telling me how good they are, how they're going to be title challengers, and I said, you still haven't got the spine of your team. You know what I mean? So if you haven't got the spine, it will be very difficult for you to challenge unless you have that Leicester kind of season when the other teams are bad and one team is consistent. And Chelsea are not consistent. You saw them against Palace. Palace got cheated. You know what I mean? Fulham got cheated. Don't forget, Fulham had a genuine goal in that game, and they got cheated. So yeah. So let's see what he says, and then we move on to other stuff. Still about the Premier League, guys. I got to talk about the Premier League. Premier League is the bread and butter. It's where we want to be, where we want to win. You know what I mean? If you ask me about Champions League and Premier League, still I'll choose Premier League over Champions League because Premier League is a record breaker if we do the 21. Champions League, we still got time to catch up with Real Madrid. I mean, might not do it in my lifetime, but you know how it is, guys. It's a long process in that one. And I don't really like what I saw of Real Madrid last night. I don't think they're all that. They're wide. They're too open for a club that's, favors, our favorites for the Champions League. They're way too open. So I think we could do both this season if we start clicking very, very soon. If we start dominating and keep it consistent and take it to the second part of the season and we're still fresh, we could get both trophies. I'm 100% convinced. So let's see, Goldbridge, what you're saying.
Welcome to That's Football.
Sorry.
I'm Mark Goldbridge. If Liverpool have got 4 wins from 4 and they're not even playing that well, and Arsenal are the perennial bottlers, and Man City have already lost 2 games, and Chelsea aren't good enough, then are Liverpool already too good for this league? Are they already champions-elect? Now, I know Liverpool fans, I said last year at Christmas you've already won this league, and quite rightly, they were like, no, we don't want to believe that yet, and they won't believe it now. But are Liverpool too good for this league? I want to delve into this because I do believe that there is conflicting stories here that just sort of really emphasize modern football. We're in too much of a rush to make our minds up. Gyökeres is a flop when he's got 3 games in 4. Wirtz is the worst Liverpool signing when he's only played 4 games. And Liverpool...
To be honest, guys, when I watch Gyökeres here, he's too damn slow. You know what I mean? Have Arsenal bought the right player here? Is he the striker? I know they were chasing Isak before. That was their prime target. But when I watch Gyökeres, guys, like, he doesn't really convince me as a player, I don't think... There's nothing. There's no dribbling. There's no passing, accuracy from him. He's just not in the game. Like, something... When I watch Gyökeres, something is not right with him. Just doesn't give me that vibe that that I could trust him as a striker. It looks like you have to do a lot for Gyökeres for him to score goals. You have to put the ball in the box for him to tap it in. Because in the modern football, those type of strikers don't exist anymore. You know what I mean? Players that's always in the box and just tap it in. That's gone. You know what I mean? That doesn't exist anymore. In the modern day, strikers have to dribble by themselves sometimes and make their own goals. And like Isak does for Newcastle before he came to Liverpool, he was doing that consistently. He's the only one that caused problems to Van Dijk and Konate, Saliba and Gabriel, Diaz, and you could say Stones and Gvardiol, whoever they got at the back, Akanji at the time as well. And he's the only one that caused problems for those defenders. But when you look at Gyökeres, guys, I don't know what he does. He's just a statue. You know what I mean? Honestly, to me, when I look at him, I saw a ball placed through to him. I thought he's going to outpace the defender. Don't get me wrong. Listen, Spanish defenders are not quick. You know what I mean? It's very rarely you see Spanish defenders that are quick. Let me just put it that way. I'm being honest there. And he just couldn't catch the ball. The defender got there before him, and I said, bro, you're not even 30 years old yet. Why are you running like that? Not only he can't run, not only he can't create his own chances, Players have to create for him consistently. So if you look at that, you look at from Kai Havertz and you look at from Gyökeres, Kai Havertz at least worked for the team up and down the pitch, winning the ball back. Because a lot of criticism was going towards Kai Havertz, the way he performs as a player. He doesn't finish the chances off when you need him to finish it off. But at least there was an all-round play with Kai Havertz as a striker. This guy, not only he can't defend, not only he can't make his own chances, he can't run. So you have to do a lot for him. So basically, there's something missing from the Arsenal front line that Jesus used to give you, that Kai Havertz used to give you, which is work ethic. And this guy hasn't got that. Yeah, man. I'm not convinced about him, guys. Like, I haven't watched him. I did, support him in a kind of way, like they need a striker like this. But I should have realized, I should have trusted my gut. Portuguese football, it's not very convincing. The goalkeepers are not as good as the ones in the Premier League. The defense are not as good as the ones in the Premier League. You could score that many goals, but it doesn't mean like if you come to the Premier League, you're going to do the same, if you know what I mean. And we know prime example of that, Darwin Núñez. He wasn't all that, was he? Like as he was, he scored over 30 goals in a season before he came to Liverpool. And look how that turned out. 3 seasons we gave him. What did he do in 3 seasons? You know what I mean? He got worse. He kept on getting worse. So the goals went down. The chances that he was, getting went down as well. So this be the same as well. Some people are just suited to Portuguese leagues. Maybe that's what it is, guys. Because I'm looking at Gyökeres, guys. The movements, the running, off the ball. It doesn't match, man. It doesn't match for a top team. And, once you have that deficiencies from the front, and, which is starting with the defensive side from the front, which Kai Havertz and Jesus was giving them, it's going to be a long season for that team. Because the rest of the team have to do a lot of work for him. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But big up Trudeau, man. Arsenal are the biggest challengers. They have a very good depth. No Saka, no Saliba, no Odegaard, and they are still winning. They don't look like conceding either. They got great defense, man. This new guy, Maracas, I forgot his name. The centre back they brought in is doing pretty well. He's a good defender, man. Let me just check his name. I don't want to be rude. You know what I mean? I've got Arsenal here already. And they got Hincapié there too. Don't forget, guys. Like, that's another one as well. So the defense, where is it? Mascara. That's it. Mascara. They got Mascara there replacing Saliba, and it looks like nothing's changed when Mascara is in defense. So yeah, they are the challengers, bro. You're 100% right. But that striker, guys, it just doesn't do it for me, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm looking at him and his movements. He looks like a fat man running, man. Sorry to be insulting, but that's how it looks to me. The guy can't run. He's struggling. I mean, he's just doing the hairstyle, and that's about it. You know what I mean? I don't see City beating Arsenal. I don't see City. I don't see City beating Arsenal. That Man United game made them look better than what they are. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. Haaland, the way he was, he looks like a man possessed, a man that's finally realized he's got to do more in his game, and he's got to make the team even better on his shoulders, if you know what I mean. Because sometimes a season wakes up a player, and I think Haaland's finally woken up and realized, I'm looking around me, there's no more De Bruyne, there's no more this player, there's no more that player. Like, I'm on my own now, you know what I mean? I got to start stepping up. And the way he played against Man United the other day, that looked like a man possessed, man, a man who's finally realized he needs to start performing on a regular now. He's the main man at that football club. There's no players that's going to take the pressure off him. They've got a lot of new players, and Haaland hasn't stepped up properly since he's been at Man City, because he was hiding behind the main players that was already there. Now he's the main player. He looks like a man possessed. As I said, if Man City beat Arsenal, which they are more than capable of doing, what's your stance on that? Do you change your mind on Man City? That's what I'm saying, guys. Because when I look at Arsenal, sometimes they look like a team that really rely, if things don't go right, which is the set pieces, they look desperate. if you know what I mean. All their goals always come from set pieces, apart from yesterday, of course, in the Premier League I'm talking about. You look at the first goal, I think it was Zubamendi, wasn't it, the other day against Nottingham Forest? It came from via set piece. So if they don't score from a set piece, they get frustrated and the other team come at them and get more chances, more opportunities. They are the best defense so far in the Premier League from what I've seen, of course, man. Now Liverpool's slowly getting into that. We're keeping clean sheets finally. In Liverpool's kind of funny, isn't it? When we keep clean sheets, our attacks don't score. And when we concede goals, our attack scores. When is it going to balance it so fat, man? We're still waiting for that. It's crazy. But yeah, Arsenal have got the best defense. I'm not here to discredit that. But like I said, we have to see it over the weekend. If Man City beat them, are you changing your mind as a fan? Like, are you saying like maybe Man City is the one that's going to be challenging for Liverpool? We'll have to wait and see, man. Have to wait and see. Big up the cop father. Met you yesterday. Thanks for coming on again, brother. Thank you very much. Big up. It's because it doesn't fit the narrative. There you go, bro. It doesn't. Spot on. Big up, Tony Steele. Morning, my guy. Eric is back. Where have you been, Eric? Disappointed, man. Well, you just left me, bro. I'm only joking. Big up, Fozzy. Can't stay in work. It's okay, bro. It's okay. It's all good. Big up, Sharp. Once again, Arsenal squad depth is no joke this season. I still think we needed 4 more signings, even though we spent like crazy. Look at it this way, bro. You know, I'd rather have a team that has a target to improve still than a team that think they are perfect. I'll tell you why I say that. Because when you think you're perfect, you'll end up like Man City in the last season. They thought we don't need any players. You know what I mean, we're fine. We've got the best team. We're perfect. And then what happened? They went downhill from there. And that's what I don't want us to be like. I want us to target something. When you got something to target, it gives you that motivation to get there. So next season, I'm expecting us to get a DM. Probably in January, I'm expecting us to get a centre back. So next season, it won't be like this season in signing players, splashing a lot of cash and all that stuff. You're just gonna buy those marquee signings that you need in the team to improve you. So next summer, we've got a whole season to prepare for a DM that's gonna support the team in a way of being aggressive and in a way of being dominant in games, in a way of having that fear factor. That's what we need in the midfield next season. So hopefully, knowing Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, Julian Wards, and all these guys, they have a whole, obviously, season to figure out which DM is suitable for this football club. Don't get me wrong, Gravenberch has been wicked. That little flick he did the other day. The player was looking for the ball like this. Hey, where is it? Where is it? He went over his head and then he controlled it again. Oh my gosh. I didn't know it. I didn't know about that. Wow, Gravenberch, man. Goodness gracious me. But listen, he does need the support, Gravenberch. Imagine Gravenberch and a DM together sometimes. And, McAllister, Soboslai. You know how it is, guys. Squad rotation is key for you to be successful as well. So you're going to need those kind of players in the team, of course. But just wait, man. Just wait and see. Like, I'd rather just wait and improve rather than try to improve everything at one go. And then next season, we don't sign anybody. The season after that, we don't sign because we're too perfect. We can't be too perfect, guys. You still need that bit of doubt. The doubt brings the success. I'm telling you, man. Because when you think you're too good, it gets to your head. The players get big-headed. There's no challenges around them. And then all of a sudden, bam, everything drops. And we don't want to go through things like that. Like I gave you an example of Man City. When they thought they were perfect, they ain't the same club anymore. Everything dropped. Not one player, everything dropped. It's not the same club anymore. The manager doesn't feel like himself anymore. The players don't feel like themselves anymore. Everybody caught up with them. And that's what we don't want, man. Always improve to make you, competitive on a regular basis. That's what you got to do, guys. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do, in my opinion. I'll come to the comments, man. But get the comments going. Big up Abdul Akusi MK on there. Sean is back in the house, of course. Appreciate everybody. Hugo is in the house. Trudon always, comes through for me, man. Appreciate that, my brother. So let's see what Mark Roberts is saying. And then we continue with other stuff. And I'll show you the squads. See which is the strongest out of the lot, really. Apart from Liverpool, of course.
Liverpool are going to win this league title. And I think the truth is that Some people are saying, well, if you spend $500 million, you're going to win the league. Some people will say, oh, Liverpool are ridiculously lucky. They'll be lucky to finish mid-table. The trouble is we're always chasing an opinion. We're always wanting to be first. And it leads to loads and loads of mistakes. The reality is if Liverpool are lucky, you were always going to take that. Manchester United traditionally would start the season badly and end up with the title. If you could take 4 wins from 4 playing badly, you're definitely going to take it safe in the knowledge that you'll get better as the season goes on. The whole point of people saying Liverpool have been lucky, they're not even that good. Well, I'll take lucky winning instead of playing well and losing. And I think when I look at this Liverpool side, as I've said many times before, they're nowhere near where they need to be. Their record signing hasn't played a minute yet in Isak. But they're also making changes. And I think it's interesting that Kostas, one of the best left-backs in the Premier League last year, has looked really struggling at Liverpool. He's a player that needs to get better, as well as Verts, as well as Isak, who's not played yet. So for Liverpool to have 4 wins from 4, when they've not played particularly well, must be a great feeling. Exactly. But in no way, shape or form does it mean they're going to win the league. Not at all. Arsenal are 3 points.
He's right. He's right. Like, it doesn't mean like we're going to win the league, but he talked about Kostas, and he's 100% right with Kostas. Kostas was the best left back last season in the Premier League, and he's been voted the best left back. He was part of the team of the season, as far as I'm aware. But with Kostas, the problem is there's one thing playing for Bournemouth, as I always said, and there's another thing playing for Liverpool. He needs to understand playing at the top is a different kind of football compared to playing for the team that's mid-table. So he needs to, find a different avenue, play differently, less aggressive, more with thought, because he's playing on the left side, the best side. Remember the Titans. The left side is the best side. So if you're playing with the likes of McAllister, Gakpo, and Van Dijk on the left side, because we've always had that, didn't we? We had obviously Mane, Wijnaldum, Robertson, and Van Dijk. That was the left side originally. Now we've got Gakpo, who defends. It goes up and down, obviously on the pitch, on the pitch. And then you got McAllister, and then you got Virgil next to you as well. So if you've got all those players, those quality players around you, helping you out at the same time, you don't need to be rash. You don't need to be under pressure. So what Kostas needs to do is reevaluate his performances. He needs to go back and look at videos. What am I doing wrong? You know what I mean? Analyze like what the issues are here. Because each time I look at Kostas, he's already, in a bad position. He doesn't put himself in a good position. Hence why players always love to go on the left-hand side and have a go at him, because his positioning sense doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? So, as I said, go back, analyze watch the videos. What are you doing wrong? And improve on it. Because you don't need to play with pressure when you got the likes of Virgil, McAllister, Gakpo helping you out on that left side. Just be more calmer and composed. Put yourself in a position where players can't run past you. Because if you keep racing them every time we keep talking about this, you're going to get found out. And that's what's happened to you. Someone said that the other day, Trudon, he reminds me of Moreno. He does. Honestly, he does. When I watch him play. But I know he's better than Moreno. That's what he needs to perform like. More calmer, composed, make the right passes, make the right decisions. You don't need to run around like a maniac, because you got the calmest defender in the world next to you, which is Virgil. He will get you out of trouble if you're in trouble. So just relax. Just relax. That's all he needs to do. Too much, running and like this. It's not good, man. It's not good for your health either. Just relax. You know what I mean? Look at the way Robertson came on the other day. Calm, composed. Nobody run past him, people. Have you noticed? Nobody run past him. He put more crosses in this game than he did in the Burnley game than he did in the whole of last season. You know what I mean? In the box. His first cross last season was at the end of the season against Arsenal, when Gakpo scored that goal, for us to score a goal from. You know what I mean? That found the player. But he came on doing the same thing again. It's just unfortunate. Some of the players missed their chances. That's what you need. You need to be calm and composed in front of goal. You don't need to be, in defense. You don't need to be, rash all the time. He could have had 2 yellow cards. He could have had it. But I love what Arne Slot said. I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys. I did the press conference yesterday around 4:03, something like that. If you missed it, Arne Slot is a genius. Let me tell you why he's a genius. What he said, yeah, opened my eyes. I said, what? He said, they asked him, why did you take off Kirkes? And he explained it very well. He said, when he made that second challenge after the yellow card in the halfway line when the free kick was given, he could have got another yellow card. What made me, realize I have to take him off, because I could have kept him till half time. He said, what made me realize, he said, is the way the players was around the referee and the way the fans were on top of the referee trying to get him another yellow card. He said, I've realized the situation was bad already. Then I realized, he didn't say the referee either. He didn't say nothing like that. He said, I realized who the referee was. He didn't say that, but I understand the way he translates things, because sometimes you got to look at the way managers speak or head coaches speak, and then you got to make it out yourself. Klopp, I used to read him a lot, and I'm reading Arne Slot. He didn't mention Marco Oliver, but I knew what he meant. If you know what I mean, guys. He said it in a way of, it's the referee. You know what I mean? I realized what referee we have on the pitch, which is Marco Oliver. He will give you another yellow card. You know that, especially Liverpool. Marco Oliver hasn't refereed that game, as far as I'm aware, since the Everton game. Marco Oliver only did VAR, and the last VAR, as I remember, he did, it was a Bournemouth game, and and when Bournemouth made that handball, remember, guys, in the halfway line, when the guy intentionally tried to grab the ball when Ekitike was through on goal, Marco Oliver was the one that said, "Oh, it came off his, fire onto his arm. It's not intentionally a handball." They gave Bournemouth the free kick instead of sending them off and Liverpool getting the free kick. This is what he was concerned about. I mean, this is the referee on the pitch. He didn't mention obviously Marco Oliver, but I understood where he was coming from. So if he continued a little bit more making those rash decisions, Kirkes, he would have got another yellow card because of the referee that was on the pitch. I love Arne Slot for that, man. He's a genius, man. So he said, I could have kept him on until halftime, but I took him off. There you go, guys. Like, this manager, this head coach, whatever you want to call it, is amazing. He knows what he's doing, and I love him for that. I really do. The more I'm understanding Arne Slot, that he's a winner, the more I'm liking it, because he will sign another contract and he will be here for a long time. While Pep Guardiola and all these and Arteta might be leaving, he will be the dominant force in the Premier League in the future. And we'll be laughing at everybody else, guys. Let me just put it that way. But what he said in the press conference yesterday opened my eyes, man. I opened my eyes. I said, wow. He mentioned, the referee without really saying it from his mouth. And that's why he took off Kirkes in the first half instead of waiting till halftime. Crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. Yeah, but Kirkes needs to improve, guys. I got to be real, yeah. They hate that we play to the whistle. They could always say you can't beat a low block team. Listen, with Isak, we'll be different with a low block team. I'm telling you guys. I've seen him face low block. I've seen him face high line, and he's always overcome that. The more quality you have on the pitch, the more you could open up defenses. Let me just put it that way. No, but big up everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate that. Keep it coming. I will at some stage just go through the chat and then we're gone. We are here. Big up Nick, my guy. Yeah, man. Just check out that press conference. MK, big up, my bro. Just check out that press conference, man. He opens your eyes to a lot of things, man. This guy is well clued on, our manager, our head coach. He knows what he's doing, man. He knows what he's doing. The way he said it with the Kirkes incident, like he could have been sent off because of the referee that we was facing, made me realize the guy's got something upstairs, man. He's got something upstairs. I didn't even know about it because I normally, people call me a conspiracy theorist and all this stuff. I didn't even know about that until he mentioned it yesterday. It's crazy, man.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Arsenal are 3 points behind them, and that only was because of a Szoboszlai winner at Anfield. So Arsenal are there. I hope we're going to get a good title race, and I don't want to be at any point this season, certainly not before Christmas, saying, like last season, I felt Liverpool had it won by Christmas, and I was right. I don't detect that, and I certainly wouldn't detect that after 4 games. There's a long way to go. There's a lot of twists and turns. And obviously, For the league, you'd love Burnley to have held on. You'd love Newcastle to have held on. But what that shows is something that we've known about Liverpool since the Jurgen Klopp days. I've said for many times on this channel that as much as Man United and Liverpool fans might not like it, the similarities between what Jurgen Klopp was building at Liverpool and what Sir Alex Ferguson built were quite similar. This determination, this never say die, and this late winner mentality that Klopp instilled at Liverpool still exists now. I never felt for 1 minute that Liverpool weren't going to beat Newcastle or they weren't going to beat Burnley, even though the minutes were clocking down, because you've seen it happen so many times before. If you want to beat Liverpool, you better beat Liverpool. You can't be there at the end of the game going, whoa, woe is me. We nearly got a draw and they snatched it at the end. You know, from Burnley's point of view, welcome to the Premier League. Leeds had it as well. You know, you can't be there thinking you're getting a draw and then you lose at the end. How many goals are scored in the last few minutes in the Premier League? A lot. And Burnley's plan was to basically park the bus. You conceded a penalty, you lost. Your plan didn't work. You've got to be a little bit better than that. Or, to be fair to Burnley, maybe that's the only thing they can do against the best team in England. So I don't think we've learned anything other than the fact that international break this early kills momentum and teams aren't up to speed until probably the back end of September. Liverpool will get better. They won't be the champions in September, but they will be right up there. I don't think they're lucky. I don't think they're dominant. I just think they're a team going about their business, which is what Arne Slot did last year, with a very good start. And I think the challenge is who is going to go with them, because I think you can already pitch. What we have learned from Liverpool is they win when they're playing badly. That's the daunting thing. It's daunting when you win 4 from 4 and you're not at your best. Psychologically, Arsenal especially need to ignore it. Psychologically, Arsenal need to ignore the fact that they did enough to get a point at Anfield and then they pull up a worldie. What Liverpool are great at the moment is psychological warfare. They'll grind you down on, even if we don't play well, we'll find a way to win. And that can get in their heads of oppositions. And the next team that plays Liverpool and they're not playing well with 10 minutes to go, it's going to be in their head. They're going to score. They're going to score. And that can have a big impact on games.
Smart guy. How did we win the league last season? Because of psychological factor. You know what I mean? We kept on winning. Arsenal win. We win. Arsenal draw. We win. That's how you could win titles. It's the consistency and, you know, the way you have. It's like I said yesterday. It's out of experience. You know what I mean? Like Liverpool have that experience of winning. You have those players that have that experience of winning. Our spine is everything to Liverpool for winning titles. And this is why Arsenal couldn't win the league title last season and Liverpool did, because of what we've done in the past with the same players that we have right now at Liverpool. You know, they put the experienced players, pulled those new players and the young players with them when things were tough, and seen at games, you know, that we don't normally win in other seasons, and Arsenal struggle with as well. That's how it is. The experience always counts, man, and it's a psychological factor. I've said it the other day about that. I said psychologically, you gotta motivate yourself to win games, even if you think you can't. Even if the minutes are running down, you got to still find that way of beating that team. We was like 92 minutes against Burnley. Everybody gave up. I remember. Everybody gave up. I was doing the watch along. Everybody gave up. Said, god damn, we're gonna draw this game. And all of a sudden, bam, Liverpool get the penalty and they win that. It's always gonna happen. It's like he said, even when we enter the last minutes of the game, the opponents, no matter who it is, they already have that in their mind. Oh shit, we're in the 90th minute. Liverpool normally score. So, you know, that mistake, that hesitation is gonna happen in the game. Oops, god damn it. I gave the ball away. Oh, they scored. Things like that do happen, guys, because it plays on your mind. It doesn't matter if you're Burnley or Arsenal. It doesn't matter. It's still going to happen. Liverpool have already put that, you know, fear into opponents. And I like that, because we could go through this stuff throughout the season as well. But, you know, luck sometimes runs out. We need to find a way to beat teams. Like, I want to have that comfort zone where it's 2-0 up at halftime and then the game ends up 3-0 or 3-1. I want to go back to things like this because I can't wait. I'm getting grayer, guys, man. I'm getting older as we go along, man. I think we have the best team, and if they stay fit, we win the league. If this becomes a squad depth battle, I'm not so sure. I think they got 3 players in every position as far as I'm aware at Arsenal. So they've got a better depth than us. But once the thing is, right, think about it this way, Trudon. Let me get back to that comment. Arsenal have the squad depth. They've got more players, 3 players in every position. But did we ever think to ourselves, if you have that amount of players, could those players disrupt the squad in the long term for not playing games? If you know what I mean, can that can the players be upset at at the coach, in regards not to play, like not playing and all that stuff? Can that bring the squad into a position where all the players are having arguments and all that stuff, and all the players are having arguments with the coach and all that stuff? It can't happen. I mean, because I can't imagine a player that doesn't want to play in the first team. You know what I mean? So when you have a squad depth and it's over the top, it's like, this is why Arne Slot, Jose Mourinho, Pep Guardiola always say, I don't want a big squad. I want a smaller squad, because they don't want everybody having, moments of anger and all that stuff, which is a strong possibility at Arsenal. They've got 3 players for every position. Don't tell me those players are always happy sitting on the bench or being out of the squad. They're not. I mean, they're not money collectors, all of them. Some of them want to play in a consistent basis, if you know what I mean. So this is what can happen at Arsenal. When you have that many players in your team, in your squad, it could bring bad issues throughout the team. You know what I mean? You're going to have players that's going to be moaning for not playing, players, having a go at the coach. Why am I here? Why are you buying me if I'm not going to play? I'm not going to get a chance. Things like that. You don't need that stuff, because it disrupts the squad. And this is what we don't have. That's why I said to you guys, improvements every season is key for you to maintain that success. And if you have a big squad, it can actually make the squad even worse. So that's what I see. Arsenal are playing desperation football at the moment. And that game at Anfield opened my eyes to a lot of things, because why are you playing like that at the beginning of the season? You know what I mean? Defensive, ultra defensive kind of game. Doesn't make sense for a top team. I mean, it's the beginning of the season. Find your way. Play your football. Find out how Liverpool attack. You could find out more, you know what I mean, about Liverpool's way of playing. If you just play, attacking football, see, your football and their football, play that way, then you could find out more, after the game, when you analyze the game and say, this is how we can beat Liverpool. This is how teams can beat Liverpool. That game, we didn't find out anything, because Arsenal was just defending throughout the game. So we didn't find out a lot. We didn't find out a lot about Liverpool or Arsenal at that game. So now every team is doing the same thing as Arsenal is doing. They're deep line defending against Liverpool, just like they did with Man City when they were winning things. Everybody knows that. Man City, always the teams they face, always low block, stay in front of their goal because of respect out of being champions and all that stuff. That's what we're getting at the moment, and we haven't found out a lot about our game. So, as I said, the squad depth sometimes can be a disruption to a team, and if you look at Arsenal, they've just got too many players all over the place. They've got too many centre backs, too many left backs, too many right backs, too many midfielders, and now too many attackers. You know what I mean? There's Jesus still at the club. You know what I mean? There's Kai Havertz still at the club. So when they come back to fitness, what's going to happen with them? They might be saying to the coach, well, where's my position? The coach says to them, well, you got to earn it back. Oh, fuck off then. I'm going to go somewhere else. You know what I mean? That can happen, man. That's squad disruptions can happen when you got too many players. And I'm happy with our squad. Like, we haven't overdone things. We've got players that can play in multiple positions. You know what I mean? You look at Ekitike, you could play wide and left, you could play behind the striker, you could play as a striker. You look at Isak, you could play behind the striker, you could play as a striker as well. And you look at, Gakpo, you could play all over the pitch, which is midfield, wide, as a striker as well. So we've got players, luckily, in our football club that can play more than one position. So if someone isn't there and we need that player there, he'll go there and play. Just like Szoboszlai playing as a right back. Same thing. You know what I mean? Nobody ever thought Szoboszlai can play as a right back. I thought he played better than Trent, because nobody gets past him. You know what I mean? He creates chances, scores goals from there. You saw the free kick against Arsenal. So this is what I'm saying, guys. If you have players like that, you've got more of a chance of winning things. And all Arsenal is doing at the moment is overstacking their squad. It's just too many players. Too many. But when those players are fit and everybody's fit, where are those players going to play? They're going to have a row. They're going to, ask questions about Arteta. So that's not the position we're at. So we're in a good position if you look at both teams at the moment. But yeah, let him still speak. Yeah, squad depth. Yeah, they are better, but it's too many players, bro. It's too many players. Squad rotation is key at Liverpool, the way we do things. But at Arsenal, it's just too many players in one position, man. And who's gonna play? You know what I mean? Like, are you gonna play? That's the question. It's crazy. We have a winning mentality that refuses to draw. We know that draws are losses. They are, bro. Draws are as good as losses, in my opinion. And I don't want to go for things like that. In the past, why did we lose league titles? Because too many draws. You know what I mean? Too many draws. Even getting a point didn't even help us get titles. We're always 1 point behind Man City. We don't want to be like that again. Just get the 3 points on the board. We are doing that, even not playing to the levels everybody else wants us to play at. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Yeah, man. You know, it UTF. Yeah, it reminds me of Lukaku. Yeah. But Lukaku has had more to his game, bro. You know what I mean? I can see Lukaku trying things, but when I look at Gyökeres, bro, he's awful, man. He better get better. Let me just put it that way. He better get better later. Because if he's going to start, you know, it's going to be like that throughout the season, he's got a problem. Big up Ben, by the way. Big up, of course, Abdul, MK, Ekitik, everybody say, man. Appreciate that. Hit the likes for me, guys, and subscribe if you're new. I should be getting to 2,600 today. It should be. I'm only 1 subscriber away, it looks like. Yeah, sorry about the echo. Yeah, I should be getting to. Oh, I got it. Thank you, guys. But hit the likes, man. Hit the likes, please. Likes are important for algorithm, as they say. If you don't understand what that means, the more likes you get on a channel, the more YouTube, you know, features your channel for the wider audience, so everybody else can see it. That's where it is. But let's get back to Mark Aldridge.
Everyone else needs to just go about their business, because Liverpool have that in their locker. And what they're also basically saying is that we will be there at the end of the season. We're going to pitch ourselves guaranteed between 80 and 90 points. And you need to know that, because they will, and you need to deal with that. I look beyond Liverpool, and my only concern is, can somebody go with them? Because if they don't, it will be over by Christmas. Now, look, Man City had a good result against Man United. It's a huge game on Sunday. If you want to go with Liverpool, you've got to win that game.
Yes.
I don't think drawing that game helps Arsenal. I don't think drawing that game helps Man City. But
There you go, people. He just said it. One of you guys said it in the comments. You know, you have to win that game. Draws does not bring you anything, man. Draws are as good as losing. Trust me, guys. We know from experience. We know from experience with those seasons that we finished 1 point behind Man City. So draws are as good as a loss. So go for the win. That's what he's telling you. That's what we've got to do. Everybody has to do that. I can't see Man City going to the Emirates and defending like Arsenal did with Liverpool. I can't see that. Man City only play one way, which is attacking football. That's what they're going to go with. Now we have to see Arsenal. Are they going to play the same way at home? Or are they going to play the same way they played against Liverpool? They have that fear factor against the team they're facing. That's what I want to see. A draw is as good as a loss. 100% right. He is like a fridge. Yeah, man. He's the Maguire of strikers. You're right. Sean, you just hit the nail on the head, bro. For that, I'll give you a hell yeah.
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
I gave you a bit of a stone cold, mate. You are right. He reminds me of Maguire, but as a striker. You're right. That's what he reminds me of. He runs like Maguire as well. If you look at him, spot on, bro. Spot on. Lukaku with less power. Yes, man. What are you saying, Mr. Tony? Man United would win plenty of games. Sorry. Man United would win plenty games badly years back. You're talking about Man United winning plenty of games when they were playing badly back in the years. Yeah, 100%. Fergie wasn't perfect. You know what I mean? He wasn't the perfect manager. He didn't have his team playing perfect football, but they always found a way winning. Remember, Fergie time goals, last minute goals they used to win by. There you go, man. And Chelsea under the special one, under Mourinho, won untold 1-0 games and just parked the bus. Nothing fancy from both teams, but they ended up lifting the trophy. Spot on, Tony. Spot on, bro. Yeah. You don't need, attractive football all the time. Just get the win. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll go into games with Liverpool. Man, this game ain't going according to plan. We're rubbish. But, just get the win. You know what I mean? Just get the what's the saying? Get the 3 points and get out. That's what we do sometimes. And I like that. The game ain't going according to plan. The game is boring. Both teams doesn't look like any of them is going to score. But get the 3 points and get out. I love that saying. Get the 3 points and get out. And that's what I like about our football club. That's what we do sometimes with Arne Slot. We don't play the best football as we've seen this season, but we get the 3 points. That's the most important thing. The points on the board, 3. Forget 1, forget 0. 3 is the most important one. They have a stronger attack. If you're talking about Arsenal, with Kai Havertz, Jesus, Gyökeres, Saka, Madueke. Remember what they said to me, Judge Mo's channel? Remember what they said? Only me and Judge Mo defended Madueke. When every Arsenal fan said he's crap, me and Judge Mo stood on our ground and we said, he's better than what you think, guys. Now, everybody's loving Madueke. So much so, Arsenal fans are saying Saka has to win his place back. Saka has to win his place back in the team. That's what we're hearing. Crazy. Let me see the poll, guys. Let me see the poll. Only 27 people. Come on, man. Come on. What is going on? So 70% Arsenal, 15% Man City, 11% Chelsea, other 4%. Because I don't know, maybe Tottenham, maybe one day, you never know, innit? Dreams can come true. They won the Europa League last season. Yeah, but yeah. Only 27 people. Come on, man. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. Yeah, it's strange, man. Strange. Using Eze at wide is stupid too. Sometimes it's the Arteta IQ that would worry me if I was an Arsenal fan. How they do in the big games will determine the season. Yeah, the big games is very important, bro. Last season, what happened to us? We drew with Arsenal both games, as I remember, but it didn't matter the second one. We was 2-0 up, second half they came back and 2-2, you know what I mean? Didn't really matter because we've already won the league by that time. They did the Guard of Honor, as I remember as well. Never forget that, people. Never forget that. Guard of Honor, Arsenal did it. You know what I mean? Arsenal did it for us. So just like Man City seasons before. Yeah, I don't remember. Hang on. We beat Man City twice. We beat Chelsea once, and they beat us. We won the league by that time, but they beat us. So we beat our rivals last season, apart from Arsenal. So one game, so one team, it doesn't matter. So you need to beat the rest. And we did beat the rest. We beat all of our rivals. So that's good, apart from Arsenal with 2 draws. We should have beat them in the second game, 2-0 up. You know what I mean? You got to see the game out after that. What the hell is going on? The second half comes out, and we come out, and then, they score 2 goals. That's not good enough, man. That's not good enough. But yeah, you got to beat your rivals 100%. In order for you to win a league title, your rivals have to lose points. And in this game, in the weekend, if Man City and Arsenal lose, well, if they get a draw is a good result for Liverpool. I mean, that means we have to be Everton and, get the points on the board to get away from the rest of the teams. So at some point, if they keep dropping points, Liverpool could be way clear of everybody else, and we could just concentrate on the Champions League, if you know what I mean, guys. That's what I wanted in the second part of last season. For some reason, we just, around February, I remember, February, March, we just didn't win as much as we was doing at the beginning. We could have, just concentrated. I don't know what this is. I'll call it back. We could have just concentrated on the Champions League if we won like 2 or 3 games from that time. We could have been in the comfort zone, but we didn't do that. I mean, we just dropped points, and Arsenal was catching up, and then they gave up eventually when we was at the Champions League. So, yeah, man, we got to have that moment. If we get that opportunity again of Liverpool being clear of the rest of the teams, and we could put our feet up, concentrate on the Champions League, we've got to take that opportunity. I think we're going to learn from that anyway. We're going to learn from that this season if that opportunity comes along again at some stage in the second part. So I would have loved it. So, you know what I mean? First season, imagine that. Arne Slot winning the Champions League and the Premier League. Whew, that's a statement. Let me just put it that way. That's a big statement. Yeah, man. But big up, Sean, man. Thank you for that. Big up Abdul as always. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Like and comment and subscribe, people. Like, comment, subscribe. Big up, bro. What are you saying, the cop father? I want to see this Arsenal team against a low block defense versus defense. It's going to be one of the most boring games you've ever watched in your life, my brother. Let me just put it that way. Well, we know how Stocknell gonna play against low blocks. LOL. Oh my god. What is that? Corner, set piece, anti-football FC. They always look for that. Check out every Arsenal games, guys. They always look for set pieces to get their first goal. And if you look at the previous games, that's what they did. When things don't go according to plan in the game, they look for set pieces. And even if the set piece is coming out, of the opposition box, there's always someone at the edge of the 18-yard box gonna, shoot back at the goal. And Zubamendi did it against Nottingham Forest, and the rest is history, as you guys know. So yeah, the set piece specialists, man. That's what they are.
I don't think Man City are going near Liverpool anyway. I think from Arsenal's point of view, they got to win that game. They got to win that game and keep winning and winning and winning, and focused on what they are doing. Because I look at that Arsenal side, and I think Liverpool fans would admit it as well. They're better than last year. They have a goal scorer. They have injuries to people like Saliba, Saka, Odegaard. Rice didn't start at the weekend, and they're fine. Another clean sheet, 3 goals scored. So Arsenal are in a good place. What they can't afford is the slippage, because psychologically Liverpool will just go, let's keep going, let's keep going. Liverpool are the masters in getting the wins when it looks like they might not. And that's where Arsenal, comparable to last season, need to look at it and go, Brighton, Everton, Aston Villa, or whoever else they drop points to. That's where it's got to improve. Because I don't think Chelsea or Man City go with them. I think it's a 2-horse race already.
Wow.
I don't know whether everybody else has said that, but I do think it's a 2-horse race.
Big statement.
But I don't think it's over. I don't think they're champions already. I think that hopefully
What is that?
The spending power of both clubs this summer is going to lead to a really intriguing title race. And I did say at the time, I felt Liverpool-Arsenal was way too early in the season. I mean, I don't know whether the computer does it on purpose or not, but for me, Liverpool and Arsenal will be the 2 teams that go for the title. I'd rather first game was in November and the second game was in March, but we've got one out the way. It's now going to be about Arsenal's ability to go with Liverpool, because I think they will get better and better. And ultimately as well, when Man City were winning titles, you sort of looked at the next 6 fixtures for Man City, sometimes 7 or 8, and went, they'll probably win them all.
Yeah.
And that's the fear with Liverpool, is that they might look at the next 8 games and go, we're probably going to win them all. And that's what you have to do to go with them. So look,
that's true. That is true. Like, we always used to look at the Man City games when we used to challenge them and see where they're going to go from there. And then you think, oh shit, there's 5 games. Man City's going to win. We have to win, our 5 as well. That's how people are looking at us now, guys. You know what I mean? And as I said, if they lose over the weekend, Arsenal, and Liverpool win, that's 6 points already. You know what I mean? So we could only add on to the points that we're going for now. It gives us that bit of a breather between us and them. So yeah, man. Let's hope something like that happens, because I don't think Man City are that team anymore, guys. If they're going to be over reliant on Haaland, Man City will drop, because Haaland doesn't stay fit throughout the season. Haaland will get injured at some stage, as he always does since he's been at Man City. So if he's going to be the figurehead, if he's going to be the main man for Manchester City, at some point, if they're over-reliant on him, he will get injured. And Chelsea, I don't think Chelsea's going to do anything, man. I've always stood by that. They have these moments of, oh, Maresca has turned the corner. And all of a sudden, oh, shit, it's happened again. Look at the spine of the team, guys. Sanchez in goal. Who's their centre-backs? Nobody knows. The midfield maybe is the strongest. Let me just put it that with Caicedo, Fernandes, and Cole Palmer. Who's their striker? Which one? Is it Pedro? Is it, Delap? Who's your striker? We don't know. I mean, I could name you the Liverpool 11. If it was me, my team, I could name you. Alisson in goal, Frimpong right back, Konate and Van Dijk, Kirkes, Gravenberch, McAllister, Wirtz, or Soboslai, whichever one you prefer. And then you got Gakpo on the left, Isak as a striker, and Salah on the right. I named you my starting 11. If someone can name me Chelsea's one, be free, because nobody knows. I don't think they even know. So Arsenal, they know. Man City, they know. Nobody knows Chelsea's. They don't even know. So when you're confused like that as a football club, the results ain't always going to be the same, because you don't know who you're playing. When everybody's fit, you're just going to, mess up everything. Because you need that momentum. You need that team that's on the pitch that's going to be understanding each other on a consistent basis. And that's what Chelsea don't have. Whenever I talk about Chelsea, name me your spine of the team. Oh, Sanchez in goal, he's shit. I'll call him shit because I'm honest about it. I'm not here to praise a goalkeeper that makes a lot of mistakes. A goalkeeper that can lose you 15 points a season. Not instead of like giving you 15 points a season, he will lose you 15 points a season. Alisson gives me 15 points a season. Sanchez doesn't give me 15 points a season. That's the difference. You need your goalkeeper to win you 15 points, not lose you 15 points. And that's what Sanchez does. And then when you look at the centre-backs, who are their centre-backs? Who are you? Colwell, injured, has a serious injury. After that, who can you name? Nobody. I mean, you got Cucurella and James, who's hardly fit as fullbacks. So you need that. You need that spine. You need that consistency in a team. Like I said, if you can't even name your first 11 when you got your best players available, then you can't really call yourself a title contender. I'm sorry. You could win the Conference League that nobody cares about. You could win the World Club Cup people use as pre-season and all that stuff. Nobody cares, man. Nobody cares. You could complete football, like you said. We won every trophy that exists. Good. We only win Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues. You could win whatever you want. But all I want is the big ones. Now, big one, those ones. Pause, by the way. Yeah. So there you go, man. Big up Porsche, man. I could see you in the house. Tafsir, of course. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like, there's too much, too many people giving you hope with Chelsea challenging for the title. They did that last season. They did that the season before. What happened? Fail. So just relax with that, man. They don't even know about their managers, let alone their players. They keep changing managers every season. It looks like if you count them up, and then like you get players through the door that don't even fit your system. You just buy them for the sake of buying, and then you want me to trust you with a league title? Get out of here, man. I bet that scared you all.
It's really early. I think people just want to write headlines. They want to say it's over. They want to say, lucky Liverpool. The reality is it's the start of the season. Nobody's going through their rhythm yet. And absolutely everybody just wants a good start to the season. Newcastle would be up there with Bournemouth if they had a forward. I think Newcastle, I don't know about you, but I think Newcastle and Spurs have had really good starts to the season. They just switched off in a couple of games, and in Newcastle's case, they didn't have a forward. But I said Arsenal will win the league. I'm very aware of that. But I also said Liverpool will be the favourites. I don't change that opinion. I think it's really, really early. I just think people like to write the headlines soon. And, absolutely, Liverpool have set a very daunting start, and they beat Arsenal. But there's a long way to go. And I do feel that there might be a Liverpool loss around the corner very, very soon. It just feels like at the moment that might happen. Until it doesn't, they can get better as well. Big shout out, by the way. My FC 26 career mode will start this week.
I need to start playing that, I need to start playing. I've got the damn thing. There's a new game in it, 2026 coming, FC 2026. So I'm looking forward to that. I need to start playing it in the channel again. I miss playing that, guys. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for that. He said there's going to be a loss for Liverpool. This is more likely. I'm not here overconfident we're going to lose this season kind of attitude. There could be, man. That's football, isn't it? That is football. You're not going to win it all, but sometimes it's how you come back from those losses that's important. If you know what I mean. So, as I said, guys, let me show you the squads. Let's start with Arsenal. I said to you, like, they got too many players. That's the problem with Arsenal. Too many players all over the place. So let's look at the Arsenal squad. If you overstack the squad like this, it's look, they got Kepa. That guy is worth more than Alisson, by the way, in the transfer. If you look at the transfers, when Chelsea bought him, They've got Raya in goal. I've always said Raya is a good goalkeeper, but he's not that presence that scares you. If you know what I mean, guys. Sorry, my camera is moving. PTZ as always. Great goalkeeper. I mean, I like him, but is he the type of goalkeeper that puts fear on the opponents for the strikers to be scared? Can I score? Can I not? Kind of thing. Nah. He hasn't got that fear factor. He hasn't got the Alisson factor or anything like that. Alisson, Peter Schmeichels, those guys, the goalkeepers. He hasn't got that. That's why I said All Black could have been good for them if they were serious about, winning Premier Leagues and Champions League. You need that type of goalkeeper that has the big presence in goal. He's a great goalkeeper, but he's not that type of goalkeeper that's going to win you championships consistently. Let me just put it that way. The only reason they keep clean sheets is because of the defense they have in front of him, if you know what I mean, like the Salibas and all that stuff. So let me give you an example. If you're saying I'm wrong, when he was at Brentford, was he as good as this? No, because at Brentford, he was getting a lot of shots taken at him and a lot of goals were going in. That's the difference, if you know what I mean. And he made a lot of mistakes at Brentford because a lot of shots were going through. So when you're at Arsenal, it's like when we talk about Man City. When we talk about Man City, sorry guys, I'm drinking a milkshake, healthy one, by the way. Please, drink that type of milkshake. If you look at Man City, why was Edison let go? Because the defense that he used to have in front of him that stopped a lot of chances going through and a lot of shots going through was no longer there. As soon as that defense disappeared, Edison became an ordinary goalkeeper. Alisson, Edison, which one is the better one? We already said Alisson's the better one. Not because he's a Liverpool player, because we see Alisson week in and week out, and Brazil always picks Alisson ahead of Edison. Those different coaches, same outcome, if you know what I mean. And that should have proved to you who was the better goalkeeper. The only reason Edison looked good is because Kyle Walkers and all these defenders that had pace used to cover the areas and stop shots from going towards him. And as soon as that disappeared, Edison looked like a normal goalkeeper. There you go. It happens. Same with Raya. When he was at Brentford, was he as good as what he's at Arsenal? No, because there was a lot of shots taken at him and he conceded a lot of goals. So that's what I've been trying to tell people. You need a big presence. If you want to be a title contender, the goalkeeper has to have a big presence about him. And Raya hasn't got that. Kepa, look how many goalkeepers, man. That's crazy. And then you look at the centre backs. Saliba, Mosquera, Ben White's still there. They bought Henkape, Gabriel, Timber, who's a centre back as well, but he's playing right back. Same as Calafiori, who's a centre back, is playing left back. Mars Lewis Skelly. There you go. Look how many people they got there, and there's more behind this as well. It's not just this. There's more. I mean, that's not in this list. So, like when Ben White doesn't play, do you think he's gonna sit there and say, "Oh, it's okay"? There's a World Cup to be played in the summer. Players have to play. And it could disrupt the squad. Look, too many. There's the midfield. Odegaard still not performing to the levels he should be performing at. Poor player. Eze playing left wing. Is he a left winger? No, he's more of a number 10. Didn't play well. Madueke was a bit at the 2 yesterday, if you ask me, when I was watching the game. Norgard. Experienced player. I agree. Good, get experienced player in. Is he going to play a game? Is he going to play a lot of games? I don't know, because you've got Zubamendi, Rice over there already, and Mourinho, yeah. So there you go. This kid as well. What's gonna happen with Ethan? Where is he gonna play? Because he plays the same place as Odegaard and Saka. So when everybody's fit, where is he gonna play? Where is Ethan gonna play? Nobody talks about that. There you go. Mourinho, there you go. What's he gonna do? Mourinho, sorry. What's he gonna do? Where's he gonna play? When everybody's fit. It's just all over the place. There's too many players. And you got this kid over here. Down man. Everybody's talking about him. Talking about a Messi vibe kind of thing. What's going to happen with him? Too many players. And then you got the forward line. Look, I talked about this already. Eze is playing in front of Martinelli. Do you think Martinelli is going to accept that when he's a World Cup year? Not playing consistently. A lot of things, man. People need to start looking. Look, Trossard, Madueke. Look how many players, guys. Jesus is not even on that list. Where is he? There he is. There you go. That's too many players. That's crazy from Arsenal, man. They've gone mad. Overstacked the squad. which will bring, you know, players that's gonna be unhappy throughout. So, nah, man, I'm glad we're not in that situation, man. I'm glad we're not in that story. I love squad depth, but not to that extent. Let me just put it that way. That's too much. So let me get through the chats. Let me see the poll first of all. Let's see how that's going. 37 people. 32% Man City is going to challenge Liverpool, and 57% Arsenal, 8% for Chelsea, and other 3%. So far, Arsenal is going up. It's going up again by one. No, it's going back again. It's going up again. So it's 58% now. Crazy. Yeah, man. Let me just see what's happening there. 4 played, 4 wins, 12 points. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that, Mr. Abdul? You drinking smoothie? Yeah. I'm drinking, my wife, you know, healthy stuff, you know, health. No more coffee every morning, but, you know, go the healthy route now. You know what I'm saying? Getting taken care of, you know what I mean, people? My son's smoothing my skin. Now I'm drinking milkshakes. It's terrible, but you have to drink it, innit? You have to drink it. Big up, Sarah, by the way. I just saw you come on. Rodrigo's in the house. Is that Rodrigo there? No, it's yeah, of course, Ravi's in the house. My guy, Ravi. Porsche, of course. Tough sir. Yeah, man. Let me welcome the new people in. Yeah, I've reached 2,600 today. Thank you very much, people. Appreciate that. Might not be the biggest channel, but it's the channel with the biggest heart in regards to football. That's what I want to have. I want to have the biggest heart, not the biggest channel. Big up, Sarah. There are many games to play in Arsenal. Why are we worried about Arsenal? Why are we worried about Arsenal? I'm not worried. I'm more concerned about, you know, the last minute goals, let alone worried about Liverpool. The last minute goals, we need to like solve that issue, in my opinion, like because that luck will run out eventually, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. Yeah, big up MM, my guy. Big up Beans and Toast. Big up, my guy. You subscribed yesterday. It took you a while, I've noticed, man. You shouldn't take a while, man. I'm an old school over here, bro. I've been here since 2019, before all Hussam and all these other guys, Jamie, all that. I've been here longer than them, but I was just a year out and I came back. Recently, I've been doing it consistently. You know what I mean? So I'm not a new school. I'm an old school on here, guys. Let me just put it that way. If you don't know me, been here a long time. Ravi couldn't attest for me and all that stuff as well, because Ravi has been here as long as that, and Trudon actually. The Laser days when Laser was on here a lot. I hope he's okay, man. He's a lovely guy. What are you saying? Ravi and Porsche and Tough Sir. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We click and the league will be over like it was last season by Christmas. Yeah, that's true. I agree. We're just waiting for that click, in it. When Florian Wirtz starts creating chances and scoring, you know, crackers from outside the box, top corners and all that stuff. I can't wait for that day. City, not Arsenal. Wow. That's a big statement. What are you saying, Clive? Remember to press the like button. Of course, please. Appreciate that. Oh, finally the coffee is here. That's okay. It's okay. I got it. The wife has done the coffee for me, finally. I miss a cappuccino. You know, cappuccino in the morning. That's what it is. Yeah, please remember to press the like button, people. I appreciate that. It's for the algorithm. YouTube pushes you out there. If you get a lot of likes and all that stuff, subscribe if you want. If you don't, just hit the like for me. That's all I'm asking for, guys. Appreciate that. Just going through the comments. Benjamin says 3-1 Arsenal. Wow. They're going to beat City. Woo. We have to see, man. We have to see. We're saying with the Copfather, having watched this team for over 30 years, not as long as me yet, but congratulations. The one thing thrown at me is, where's your Premier League? And I used to say, just wait until we win one. We will win more. Yeah, spot on, bro. But, you know, me, well, I'm 46 and I'm heading to 47. I watch football to say 30, well, yeah, maybe the same amount. Yeah, you could say around the same time. Yeah, 40, so about 30, say 39 years, I could say 39 years to your 30 years. I've seen us win league titles. You know, when people bring me onto their channel and try to banter me about the Premier League and all that stuff, but I tell them, well, I've seen my team at least what I can remember. I've seen my team win 5 or 6 titles in my lifetime. So if you're saying to me the first division doesn't exist when I was alive to see my team win that, then what's the point of it? You know what I mean? So I've seen my team, because when they ask me about that, oh, you've never seen your win the Premier League, but I've seen my team win league title. You know what I mean? So you can't take that away from me. You can't take away, you know, the players I grew up with, like John Barnes and that from me. You know what I mean? So they need to calm down with things like that. I think people just, you know, bring this childish game. Oh, you've never won the Premier League and all that stuff. Like the Premier League only started in 1992. You know what I mean? It only started in 1992, but there was a league before that. And majority of the players from those leagues are the statues outside Old Trafford with, you know, Bobby Charlton and Nobby Stiles and, you know, those players. They had, of course, George Best and that. So those players are irrelevant. They don't exist. You know what I mean? That's what I say to them. Like, you've got statues outside. If the Premier League is the only league you watch and you think that exists, why have you got those statues outside? And not only that, when Man United won their 20, they had it all over Trafford, all over Old Trafford. They had the poster everywhere saying 20. I remember in the windows and all that stuff, 20. I remember that. Don't forget, man. We don't forget. So why are you saying 20 then? It's crazy, man. Like, you've got all those statues outside. We've got Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley. They gave us the Champions League. You know what I mean? When we won our 5th one to you know, own that one, that's yours. You could put it in your, you know, cabinet and all that stuff. And the same Champions League that's in Liverpool's cabinet that I kissed when I was there, when I was doing the stadium tour, is the same trophy Man United won back in the 90s. If you know what I mean. So if Man United fans want to ever visit, you know, their trophy that day when they won it, when they beat Bayern Munich and all that stuff, is at Anfield, guys. Go to Anfield and go and check it out. Go and check it out. It's beautiful, man. It's got red ribbons on it and all that stuff. Same trophy you lifted that day is at Anfield, man. Let's go, man. How many miles is that? 30 miles? Go, man. Go and visit. Go and visit. It's crazy, man. Congratulations to who? Or me? Oh, no, I haven't got free. I wish I had the free already, but it's 600, bro. I got 2,600 finally today. So thank you very much to everybody. Thank you very much. Oh, you're 36. I'm 10 years older than you, bro. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's all good, my guy. It's all good. All right, guys. I'll be back for the watch along later on. If you want to join me, let me give you a taster of the watch alongs I do on both channels. So this is me yesterday. Let me share with you. So if you're a supporter of other teams, please go to the channel UFT. Let me show you what I do, because I don't think people know what I do on the other channel as well. So, and I'll show you this one. Let me show you. So I think the threat this season is more from Arsenal. If Man City beat Arsenal, things might change slightly, if you know what I mean. So check out on that one. So this is me when I'm my other channel. Let me share it with you. Sorry about that, guys. I got 2 channels, which is this one for Liverpool fans. The other one is for, you know, any other clubs. You don't have to be Liverpool, any other club. So that's me on it. You can see that right there, people. That's the watch along I did for the Arsenal Athletic Club, Atletico Bilbao and Arsenal. That's the one I did. So if you haven't seen this channel, please go subscribe to it. There is the link right there. I'm on the road to 1,000 on that one. I'm going to go 1,000. I'm not going to do this like 200 and all that stuff. So if you could help me out, go UFT and subscribe to that channel as well, people. Appreciate that, my people. Oh, yeah, that's me on UFT. If you want to know what I do on LRFC, this one, let me show you. Let me share it with you as well. This is the watch alongs I do. I don't do like everybody else. I'm different, you know what I mean? And I like it that way because, you know, it's you know, being different is good, because if you copy other people, then people are going to label you with that channel. So I don't want to be labeled with other channels, if you know what I mean, guys. So this is my last watch along on the LRFC. I'm sure it was the Burnley game. Yeah. So check this out. This is me on this one. This is what I do on this channel. So you're gonna see me today doing this. So subscribe and follow me. That's me on LRFC. So I've got the same graphics, but I've got the what's going on then? Don't know what's happened there. Why is it smaller? There we go. There you go. That's me on LRFC. So I've got everything on there. Obviously the scoreboard, the minutes, and all that stuff as well. So there you go. That's me on there. Let me see at the comments before we wrap things up. What are you saying? Where am I? Oh, you're 36. I understand, bro. 10 years older than you, bro. You're a young man. You are a young man, man. See you then. Yeah, I'll be there, man. All the guys should be bench for no, I can't say his name. Waneri, innit? Waneri or something like Waneri. But we know he won't because Arteta likes his favorites. It's a bit like an old manager, innit? Everybody has their favorites, unfortunately, guys, and that's how football is. But sometimes what you got to understand when you do the favoritism thing, it's the thing that gets you the sack, and that's what Arteta's got to be worried about. If you know what I mean. So don't do mistakes like that, because you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So it is what it is. Let me see what he's saying. Porsche, what's he saying, brother? We are poor against Burnley, though. I don't think it was poor, bro. I think it was the most dominant team. Let me show you the stats, because I think we're looking at it from a point of view of not scoring, and not looking from a point of view of the dominance of the game. If you know what I mean, guys. Like, we battered them. Oh man, I've never seen a battering like that in a long time. Let me just put it that way. So let me show you what happened in this game before you start, following the crowd of Liverpool haters. You know what I mean? That's what I don't want you to do. That's what I come on here and try to give you guys a different, different point of view to those people. So look at this, yeah? Let me make it slightly bigger for you. 0 shots, brother. 0 shots. Shot attempts, 3. 0 shots on target, my brother. 0 shots. 0. And we played badly? 4 shots. Possession, 81%. Passes, 697. Pass accuracy, 87% to their 47. There you go, bro. 13 corners. We got to improve in corners. I got to be realistic. We have to improve in corners because we're taking too many. That's not troubling the goalkeeper. And how can Konate head the ball underneath the crossbar and hit it over the crossbar? That's crazy. That is crazy, man. Hit the damn target, bro. So like I said, bro, 0 shots, Porsche. 0. Come on, man. Come on. Yes, milkshake gives you strength. Of course it does, man. People think Liverpool need more time to gel. I think we just need to play these players so they are fully ready. I think we're fine, bro. It was always going to be like that, innit? It's always going to be like that. What's going on? Oh, you all right? Arsenal are poor. They're very poor. Liverpool are strong, 100%. MK, what are you saying? Same as Goldbridge's hope for United turning their corner. Oh, goodness me. As Amaron says,
I want to tell you the good days are coming.
They're never coming back. They're never coming back. Let me just put it that way. I haven't played football games in years. Neither have I, Trudon. I got myself an AstroTurf trainer, isn't it? So I want to show you guys if I could still do the instant control, the freestyling bits and all that stuff. So one day you might see a video on LRFC, me doing some football stuff. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. Guys, I haven't left it and people have left. Come on, man. What's going on? What is going on, man? Let them be delusional with World Cup badge on their jersey. That's Chelsea. Yes, I agree, bro. I agree. And Ziad, big up. Can we manage to fit it, Mo? What? Isak? Can we manage to fit in Mo, Isak, Verts, Ikatike? Have all of them played good at the same time, or will one of them always suffer? If you mean like if all of them in the same team can play well at the same time, of course there's a possibility, bro. That's the whole reason we bought them. You know what I mean? There's a strong possibility. Yes, 100%. They can play in the same team. We were hoping for them, you know, to do well in the team, of course. So yeah, of course we can't fit all of them. Ekitike can play out wide in the left. When Mamouche was at Frankfurt, Ekitike was on the left and Mamouche was the middle player. So he can play on the left, and Isak can play on at front, of course, and Salah can play on the right wing, and you know, Florian Wirtz will be the number 7, just behind the striker. But the most important thing here, I don't think everybody talks about, is at some point these players are going to get injured. So we have more than, you know, capable replacement for that player as a striker, if you know what I mean. So if Isak get injured, baby Isak, Ekitike is there. If Ekitike gets injured, Isak is there, if you know what I mean. So as I said many times on this stream, we've got players at our football club that can play more than one position. So that is the thing that makes us different from other football clubs, because other football clubs only buy players for, say, if it's a left winger, they buy only a left winger. He can't play anywhere else. Or right winger, only a right winger. A striker, only a striker. But if you look at our football club, including Isak, he can play different positions, if you know what I mean, as well. So that's important, because if a player gets injured in a certain area, and we need a player there, these players can cover that position. That's how good this football club is. Look at, like I said earlier, Szoboszlai as a right back, phenomenal, fantastic, loved him. I think he did better than Trent ever can do defensively. I haven't seen no crosses go past him. I haven't seen no one dribble past him. As they did it for a bit, but Szoboszlai got back, toe poked the ball towards Gomez and got out of trouble. That's what I'm saying. We got players like this. It's crazy. But guys, enough of me. I said, let me see the poll. Let me see the poll if it's changed. Let me see where the poll is going. Manchester City 34%, Arsenal 56%, Chelsea 7%, and other 2%. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see, my friends. What are you saying, Ziad? Hey man, we have 4 big stars like Hugo, Isak, Mo, Wirtz? Oh, I said that already, bro. I said that already, bro. I already said that once. So we will always suffer. Now, I already told you that, bro. I can't keep going back to the same thing. All right, guys. I'll be back later on. Live watch along. If you want to support me, please do that. Please support me in my other channel right there. If you're a Liverpool fan, you know, support Arsenal, Man United, Man City, whatever it is, go to that channel. I say to you, you will see a lot of stuff that will interest you as a fan, because I'll be talking about your club in a neutral way, not, you know, in a hateful way or anything like that. So please go and support me in that one as well. All right, guys, it's time to go. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bless up, Uncle. Thank you for the comment there. And I'll see you later on, man. See you later on. Take care, everybody. If you're watching this back, go down to the comments below and say whatever you want. It's free, man. Everything is free. Subscription is free. Likes are free. Comments are free. So there's no chargeable thing on this channel. So if you want to talk about anything Liverpool, go for it. Or if you want to talk about your football club, if you support someone else as well. So yeah, more than welcome, man. All right, guys. See you later on.